Welcome to a brand new episode of Q&A with Shridhar Kunte, who is the Deputy Editor Technical at Better Photography. I, Conchita Fernandez, Senior Features Editor, will be your host for this series. In these set of videos, we will be looking at questions sent to us by you that cover technique, jargon, and camera operations. Having said that, no question is out of bounds. Even if you think you have a silly question, do send them across to us via our Facebook and Instagram page using the hashtag Q&A with Shridhar Kunte. Over to you, Shridhar.
Good evening, readers. I am Shridhar Kunte, Deputy Editor Technical for the Better Photography magazine. I will be taking questions which are being sent to our Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook page on weekly basis. This is our first episode of the Q&A series, which will be going live today at 6. And I am looking forward lots of questions from your side about the gear and the equipment. Thank you.
Awesome. So let's begin with our first question. It is from Nidhi Parekh from Mumbai. And she says, what does the speed of the AF depend on? Is it the camera or the lens?
Thank you, Nidhi, for such a wonderful question. As you have described itself in your question, there are two parts to it. One is the camera body and another is the lens. Let's start with the camera body. As you know, there are advanced sensors, AF sensors built into the cameras these days. And the advancement of the sensors depend on the category of the cameras, what you choose or what you have. Basically, there are three categories, as everybody knows: entry level, mid segment, and the professional. Naturally, the professional cameras or the more rugged cameras, which are meant for action, wildlife, or sports, that will have a much advanced AF sensor, and that will take the AF speed to a slightly higher level as compared to the other two in this segment. Then comes to the entry level. Let's start with the entry level. The entry level cameras will have a slightly lesser speed compared to the Pro series cameras. The mid segment or the prosumer series cameras, the DSLRs, will have intermediate speed that will fall in between the professional camera ones and the entry level camera. So you need to select the camera body based on your application or what kind of a genre you shoot for. Then comes the lens. In lens, there are two parts to it. One is the maximum f-stop. That is the faster lens, optically faster lens, say like f1.4, f2 lenses, irrespective of focal length, will have the focusing speed as compared to the kit lens, which is usually 3.5, 4.5, or 3.5, 5.6 kind of f-stop available in the kit lens, which comes along with the camera. The reason being, the light gathering capacity of the faster optical lenses, which has got the aperture of f1.8 or say f1.4, will pass on more light to the camera sensor vis-a-vis to the AF sensor, which will allow the cameras to focus faster. Then the motor, which is based into the lens, that will also play some kind of a role. The hypersonic motor or the ultrasonic motor, which is built into the camera lens, that category of lenses will slightly, I mean very slightly, focus faster than the lenses which are built with the STM. But the STM has got another advantage. As more and more photographers are shooting videos with the DSLR, STM lenses will give excellent transition in focus while shooting videos. So these are the two parts to the focusing speed answer.
Okay, great. We move on to the second question, which is from Saurav Chatterjee from Kolkata. Saurav asks, excuse me, I recently used a 50mm f1.4 lens and was blown away by the look and bokeh as compared to my kit lens. But when I analyzed my photos later, I realized that a lot of them were out of focus. Why is this so?
Uh, Thank you, Saurav, for reaching out to us and asking this question. Uh, the wider the aperture, you need to be very precise on your focusing point or your focusing zone in the image. That is number one. Number two, the plane of the image should be perfectly parallel to the plane of the sensor of your camera. Because there's slightly, if it is slightly tilted one to the other, then there will be focusing error. And if you say the bottom of the image will not be in the focus and the top of the image will be in focus, but in between you will have the maximum focusing area in between the image. So that is the number three. If you are shooting a person and want to show the background to be blur, then selection of the focusing point to be very precise. That is to the eye or the face of the person standing in front of the background, which you want to throw out of focus by using larger apertures like f1.4 in your case. And these lenses, 50 lenses especially, are still not being made with the image stabilization built in, unless and until the Sony brand, which has got the image stabilization which is built into the camera. So you need to take care of the handshake also, because these higher megapixels camera will have a, I describe these sensors as a ruthless camera sensors, because slightest of the shake in your image while taking the photograph will be magnified that much of times in the 36 megapixel or the 50 megapixels camera. So you have to be very precise in supporting the camera on a steady tripod or the monopod, or you can place it on a steady support if you are shooting a static image. So all these three will complement to the sharpness of your lens.
Okay. Our third and last question is from Mohini Datta from Bangalore. Mohini asks, the other day I was photographing a tree at night using my cell phone. It was pitch dark, but when I reviewed my image, I could see twilight in the sky. The white balance was on auto. Why is that so?
I'm really happy with this question, because there are a lot of questions which should come to us, those who are, for the photographers, those who are using mobile phones as their tool to shoot different kind of images in the different lighting condition. Let's see the situation has used this particular cell phone to capture the image of a tree. Vis-a-vis how the other DSLR or the sensor, the cameras with the larger sensors will cope with this situation. The thing is, with the smaller sensor on the mobile phones or the cell phones, with the light falling in the night or even in the dark scene during the day also, the camera sensor will try to increase its sensitivity to the higher level to grab more and more light, because the area of the sensor is smaller as compared to the conventional cameras or the DSLRs. So it will boost light which is available in the scene. In this case, if she is shooting outside, I can say that the tree might be lit by the street lights, which is a tungsten light or yellow light. These days, the LED lights are also there on the street, but if it is a tungsten light, the auto white balance on the camera, the cell phone, will tend to adjust to that light as a reference point for the white balance, and the sky which is visible through the tree branches will be visible in a blue color, because it uses the highest sensitivity possible for that sensor during that scene. But if you have the same scene captured on the conventional camera or the conventional DSLRs, you will find the background sky will be pitch dark. Even for the normal eye, if you see the image, it will be totally dark and not the blue or not the twilight what she is describing in the image. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Shridhar. That's a wrap. for this episode of Q&A with Shridhar Kunte. Don't forget to send us your questions on our Facebook and Instagram pages with the hashtag Q&A with Shridhar Kunte. We'll see you soon. Actually, we'll see you next Friday. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, readers and viewers. I am looking forward to more and more questions to be fired at me on our YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. Looking forward to answer more and more technical questions. Thank you.